This video is going to demonstrate how to create a bunch of Symbaloo tiles, which will be links that you can share with your students. So anyway, right now what you're going to do is you just go to symbaloo.com. You're going to click on sign up. And then from here, even though it does give teachers and teams, schools and districts, it just says get started free, but then they do eventually charge you. So we're going to go with personal for now. Sign up with Google. I'm just going to go ahead and choose my account. And so then from here, it gives you just a little survey. We're just going to say that I'm an educator. And then from here, it gives you an example of tiles that are already filled in for home, up at the top, education and EDU games. So these are pretty much already created for you, but what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you how to set up your own. So you click on the plus sign, and what you do here is you give it a name. So for example, I'll call it Foley Homeroom. And then from here, you just click on add. So then from here, what you would do is you can add tiles, and these would function as links for your students. So if you click on where it says add a new tile, and then from here, you can either create a tile or you can search. So if I were to search, let's say, for example, typing club, this is a website that I use with my students. I can click on it and it appears here. So then what you could do is you would just do that for all of the links that you use with your students. So for example, I can browse by category, but either way, I can create tile, search tile. So let's say, for example, I wanted to add Google Classroom. And it recognizes a lot of the websites that you would use with students. So anyway, what you would do is you would eventually add all of the websites that you would use with students in these tiles. So then from here, what you would do is you would share this with your students. So if you had, like, let's say 10 websites you use with your students, you would add those 10 websites as tiles here. So then what you would do is you'd click on share, and then it gives you the option to give a description and tags. You have the ability to make it public or privately shared with friends, and then you would click on share my web mix. So then from here, what it does is it comes up with a URL. So you would give this to your students. So you could either send it to them in email or Google Classroom. You could make it as a QR code. If you have younger students, they would just scan it. But anyway, what they would do is then they would be able to go to that URL. So there's the mix/Foley HR. And so then it brings you to the actual links themselves. So in order for students to be able to use it, what they would do is they would either click on the links down here, or you can click on where it says add this web mix. So again, they can click on the links here and not even necessarily log in. If you click on add this web mix, what that's going to do is it's just going to show it in another tab. And I recommend bookmarking it because then students will always have it. So for example, if I just go ahead and I add it as a bookmark, so bookmark this tab. And so then I have Symbaloo now added. So if you have students bookmark it, anytime they need to get to stuff. Now I happen to have a bunch of bookmarks, but pretty much anytime students need to be able to get to their links. Again, this kind of saves them the trouble of having to type in URLs. They'd simply click on the Symbaloo icon. And then from here, they would be able to click on any of the links that they use for their classes.